Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for your patience in getting out this reading. I know I've been a little less consistent on my channel lately, but like I said in last week's video, I've been doing a lot of work, working a lot, and just living my life. But I'm here today, and what is the topic for today? Well, it was originally going to be a different topic, but I was guided to do a different topic. So basically I had chosen one topic, I even pulled cards for it, and then was guided elsewhere. And what came up was, what do you want in love, the viewer? I think what inspired this topic is one of my private clients actually asked that question this past week. She was like, and I was glad that she asked it. I respected that because I could tell from the reading that she didn't even know what she herself wanted to know, and your answers that you're going to get from me and from the cards are only going to be as good as the questions that you pose. And a lot of times clients will just go around in this little circle, this little dance with me, and the whole time I'm like, I know that this is what you actually want to ask. But we're going to have to, depending on the client, I have to wait for them to ask it. So in her case, she just flat out said, this is going to be a weird question maybe, but what do I want? Like, I need clarity. And I was like, I respect that. Thank you for asking that. I can affirm that that's how I feel, and that I feel that that is what you needed to ask. So that's what we're doing today. What do you want in love? Okay. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I've got your cards pre-shuffled. I pulled from different decks this week because I'm doing less videos, so I'm not able to use as many of my decks as I normally, would be able to use or used to be able to use. So we're using like a different deck for each card. The timestamps are down below, and you can see on my thumbnail those were your choices, right? It's just I'm just streamlining it, doing what works for me to save time. So that's how I'm doing it for now. Is your choices will be on the thumbnail and down below in the description box near the timestamps. So I think it's Cherry Blossom for group 1, Rose for group 2, and Tulip for group 3. So we're going to start at group 1. So group 1, what we got here? Group 1. This card signifies you. This is your significator, okay? Turn this on so I don't go over, because that would not be good. You could be an earth sign, have it strong in your chart, be dealing with somebody like that. But with regard to what do you want in love, this is what we're seeing here. So presently, it looks like you're doing all right, okay? It does look like you're juggling priorities, because the Pentacles is the realm of Earth, the earthly plane. So, home, work, money, practical issues. You can see that he's juggling, but he's keeping the balls in the air. He's got a smile on his face. Looks like you're doing all right. Some of you may be actually juggling people, okay? In other words, have more than one option, or dealing with someone who has more than one option. If that's the case, you probably aren't, you're probably not as happy with them, but not necessarily. Maybe that smile doesn't apply to you, just take it how it resonates. General reading, as always, you should only take what resonates and forget what doesn't. Lots of different people watch, so that's how that works. With that being said, generally, whoever chose group 1 is rolling with the punches and adapting to quick changes. You might be just like, this is your normal, right? Keeping the balls in the air, juggling responsibilities. And yeah, it also shows like that you're a very resilient person. I don't remember exactly what zodiac sign goes with 2 of Pentacles. I think it's Capricorn energy, so like Jupiter and Capricorn, I believe. So it's like a lot going on basically, and you're handling it well. You're very resilient, and it's probably like mostly because you have to be, right? Life can be unrelenting. So I see that life and love are just kind of coming at you from different sides, and you're doing your best to adapt, and you're balancing your priorities, okay? So what do you want in love? Got the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Coins, Slumdog Millionaire, good movie. If you've never seen it, maybe see it. That Page of Pentacles, more earth energy. You want a new opportunity. You want to eliminate the juggling act that we've got going on here. You want to go from 2 options to 1. Apply that how it resonates. So maybe you want somebody to choose you, maybe you want to choose someone, or you just want a new opportunity. So So it's basically just saying that, you know, you have dreams and desires. Like, he's a big dreamer in the movie. He has these dreams and desires. It's understandable, and so do you. So, you know, you just basically, you know, you're looking for ways to ground these desires into 3D reality. So you're looking for, you know, practical action steps to take. You know, you're just trying to make the most of your situation, trying to make the most of, you know, a person, place, or thing. Again, it's tangible earth energy. Or you will with this new opportunity here. Maybe this is what you want, or you're dealing with presently. But this opportunity, there's something that you can, that you're wanting, right? Because that's the question. So you're looking for a new adventure, something to pay off. You want something like a sure thing, as all earth signs do, but don't we all want a sure thing? We don't want to invest or back something that isn't likely to give us what we want. So that's definitely what you want, is to have something pay off, and you want some good luck to happen in your love life. You want some good luck to come in 3D grounded reality into your 3D reality. You want that. And you definitely look like somebody that has a fire inside of them, who's waiting for the chance to bring more into their life, to bring more romance, more luck, and to just like get going with it, right? To invest. So what else do you want? We've got the 5 of Wands. Good old standard, you know, RWS deck. So you can see here, it's interesting because card of conflict, but it's kind of like play fighting here. Maybe you want to play fight, maybe that's your personality, but I took it as like you want to win. You have seen that engaging in competitive behavior or petty ego battles hasn't served you or your love life. It's not serving you. So it's like you're either realizing you want to realize, or again, this could be for a person of interest that you have, if you do have one, like you want them to realize, you know, that this isn't the way to go. Okay, so I think you probably already realize that, or realizing this. This is also, there's also something coming through about one's bark being bigger than their bite. So just take that how that resonates. Also, I'm getting with that some guarded energy. You know, somebody could be guarding their territory like a watchdog, you know, to stick with that bark is bigger than a bite dog analogy. So there's that kind of need for compromise and diplomacy here, and a need for, like, again, the preparation to come to an end in order to just say, you know, I'm ready, let's do this. So for whatever level that you're at in your particular love life, you're like, I'm ready for a new opportunity. I'm ready for a decision to be made. I'm ready to stop any nonsense and move forward with it. So what else do you want? We've got the 6 of Pentacles. Heartstrings Tarot. So that corresponds with the song, give a little bit, give a little bit of my love to you. All right, Supertramp's the band that sings that song. So give a little bit of your love to me, I think is how it goes. That's what you want, basically. The 6 of Pentacles, you want people to get along here. You do want to have the upper hand, don't get me wrong. You still want to have leverage, but you do want to be kind and generous with it, which I find Capricorns, at least the ones that I've met, not all, but a lot of them, do have that tendency. Like, they still want to win their cardinal energy, but they also want to get along with everybody and like to be of service, or to be thought of well, like to be well thought of, or just to, you know, I know what I'm trying to say, can't articulate it, so if you know, you know. It's my new catchphrase. With that being said, regardless of everything, it's like, you know, you definitely want to be kind and generous, or for, if this is someone you know, to be kind and generous with you, because it does feel like this is you more so that, in the sense that you do understand that roles can be reversed. So even if you're doing well in life, we certainly saw that you were staying above water and you're handling your business, you're being resilient, but you understand too that, you know, the roles can be reversed at any time, and so you might, you know, you just don't want to be down there again. Because in the traditional RWS deck, to show a guy, rich guy, giving money two beggars, I guess, for lack of a better word. That's what they are. So it's like, you know what it is like to struggle, and you want to be a good benefactor of any opportunities that present themselves to you in any abundance, or anything you got going on, you want to share with others. And same thing, you want others to share with you in return, right? This is a card of equal give and take. So you want people to realize, you know, just because, let's say you're the one that's down and out, or you're the one that's down, somebody's doing better than you, you want them to realize that, you know, they could be where you're at again as well. Like, they should, you know, people should respect people and honor them regardless of what they have or what's going on in their life. So this is what you're this is where you're at, you know. But it is true, you know, if you are on your pedestal, or if somebody is doing well in life, you know, those roles can be reversed at any time. And so if you're down at that point, you could be up at another point and back down again. So life is funny that way. And also, you know, you do want to be, again, you do want to be the one on the pedestal. And like I said before, there is nothing wrong with that, especially if you're the one who typically is off the pedestal, right? Maybe it's your time to shine. Maybe that's opportunity you're experiencing or soon will, or the opportunity that you're calling in, the opportunity that you're wanting. When we ask, like, what do you want in love? You want the opportunity to shine, to be the one on the pedestal, to be chosen in some cases, to be the one, right? So in that case, it evens the score, basically. So, taking turns being on that pedestal, I guess. You know, and as God of your reality, and you are the star of your movie, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be treated like that. You know, it's not always cocky if it's true, and it's a knowledge you can and should use kindly, that you are God of your reality, that you deserve to be on the pedestal too, that, you know, what comes around goes around, and, you know, we should all be, you know, kinder to one another. So you want kindness, you want compassion, and you also want to, you know, share your life with someone, but you want it to be fair. You want it to be equal give and take, right? You want it to be with somebody with enough sense to understand that, you know, just because you're down now, you won't always be down, or just because you're up now don't mean you always will be. And like, there are cycles in relationships, and it takes kind of like that mature attitude to understand that. So what is the outcome, the big message from Spirit? Spirit wants you to know regarding the reading. The outcome, future outcome here for group 1 is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, water sign energy. So this is an excellent outcome, especially for a love reading. Yeah, I don't feel funny or weird, like, about telling you guys to put yourself on a pedestal, because I just don't, right? Because you are coming out as the Queen of Cups. Because if you're the Queen of Cups, then God knows you deserve to be put on a pedestal. She usually has this problem of lavishing her lovers and her loved ones with her love, and not getting the same back in return. And that ultimately leads to resentment and burnout. So if you are coming out as the Queen of Cups, regardless of gender and sign, then you definitely deserve to have your day in the sun and to shine, okay? So yeah, I did just rhyme like that. I'm a little bit, like I've said before, a little bit like Don King that way. Sometimes things come out poetically, and it's not like rehearsed or anything. When I do that, it's poetic. I know people don't see that side of me a lot. I do have different sides of my personality. I'm dynamic, okay? With that being said, though, maybe you're dynamic too. Yeah. But anyways, so anything else with this? Just that it's a great outcome. Now, if you're not resonating with the Queen of Cups, nurturing, giving energy, then it's, you know, likely that you will be resonating with that in the future, in your love life, or you'll be dealing with somebody like this. But definitely we're seeing just overall, you know, compassion, comfort, a nurturing person here who instinctively understands the emotions of other people. You know, this is often a very kind-hearted and generous person. So whether it's you, your person, or your future person, or both, this is excellent in the outcome. I'm just going to keep saying that until it stops being excellent, which it won't. So this is also about romance, okay? So this is a very romantic energy as well. And luscious, I'm hearing luscious, okay. Luscious times ahead. Yeah, luscious is the word. Walking tiramisu here is what we've got in your future, group 1. You know, you are on track to this. As a present energy, this is where you're headed. Yeah, and you are on track to your love life, you know, taking this step, this next step, okay? So I'm just drawn to the light that's being shined, you know, on them, you know, from the fireplace, and that tells me that this is going to be like kind of like a union of light workers, or people. It feels light, regardless of whatever you want to call it. Definitely get that too. Like, it's light, it's sensual, it's sexual. So if you're someone who likes to live in your head, you know, just be prepared, because you are going to feel with the capital F-E-E-L, because that is what she does best. She makes people feel. This energy, regardless who it is, this is in your future, you're going to feel. If you're already like that, you're going to continue to feel. So I'm hearing Make You Feel My Love by Adele. So that's a song. Make you feel my love. I just love singing for you guys because even though I sing pretty decently and I can hold a note off of camera when I'm on camera and I'm trying to get my point across, I don't have time for that. I have to like just get through it. So definitely making you feel that. But it's more lighthearted. That song's a little bit melancholy. And I do think that's on my playlist. So if you want to check it out, the Heartstrings Tarot playlist is on my channel. It is one of the songs, or you can just Google or whatever, search it on YouTube. But it is kind of more of a heavier, and I think that's associated with the Queen of Pentacles energy. So it's a little heavier than the Queen of Cups energy in that sense. It's a lighthearted version of Make You Feel My Love. So somebody's going to be making you feel their love and vice versa here. And it honestly looks very enjoyable and exciting. I'm not getting anything bad about it. It's just interesting because it seems like for the people I read for, there's always one that's two in their head that, you know, sort of puts the brakes on the relationship. We're not seeing that here. We're seeing something quite beautiful here. A deeply romantic, sensual, emotional relationship where you guys are opening yourselves up, and it looks beautiful. Of course, you don't want to lose your head, but do let yourself enjoy this, because why not? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you let yourself enjoy this? This is a beautiful outcome. So with that being said, the advice from Spirit is the star, okay? So what advice? You're on track to something good here. I like this reading for you, group 1. And it's the star is a card of hope, so it's saying to live in hope, okay? So if you're doing that, like you're like, oh, I am hopeful, right? That's why I'm here at this reading. That's why, you know, I have hope. I do. Well, if you're doing that, keep doing it. If you don't, start doing it. Like, also, this is a card of healing. So allow yourself to heal. You're healing, keep doing it, you know, and because when you're healed, you feel good, and when you feel good, you open the floodgates to all good things, as Abraham would say. So take away from this in terms of advice, have trust and faith in yourself and in the universe. But you are looking good, group 1. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Share the video if you found it helpful as well, and if you'd like a private reading, contact information is in the description. If you'd like to watch another one of my readings, go to my channel or their playlist link down below. Thanks to my patrons and subscribers, those who stick with the channel through its many starts and stops, lately anyway. And we're moving on to group 2. Welcome, group 2. Thanks for tuning into your reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So today we're asking, you know, what do you want in love, right? I don't see a lot of videos with this title, but like I told group 1, I had a private client that actually asked that question, and I was relieved and grateful that she did, because it was clear that that was the question she indeed needed to ask. And in order to get the best out of a reading, you need to know yourself what you're asking. So we want to clarify that, okay? So maybe you know what you want, maybe you don't, maybe you're here for clarity. Let's get started. Remember, it's a general reading, so take what resonates and forget what doesn't. We're reading for a lot of different people. With that being said, group 2, I got a card to signify you, and the card that we got was the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Am I turned up right? Eight of Pentacles, Earth sign energy. Could have it strong in the chart. Don't necessarily have to. So with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, what is that telling us here? Well, we can see with him in the upright position, he's got his mind set on something, right? But in reverse, it's showing maybe not so much, or some part of you is not working on this. Maybe your inner child, because I'm drawn to that child there. So, you know, whatever the cause of you being in the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, definitely getting that you're feeling unmotivated, okay, towards what we're here for, right? Your love life. You're not motivated towards it right now, or maybe you're just tired, or you're just not wanting to work or do the work on this anymore or at all, or there's something here, right? Because you're not really focused at this time. It could be that life is getting in the way of your love life, or yeah, you're just busy, you're hard at work, you're working too hard, you're doing too much, like there are other practical concerns that are taking precedence over your love life. So you just popped on here just to sort of like see, and dip your toe in the water, take the temperature of your love life. Well, it's reflecting to you, you know, the lack of interest or focus on it, or the feeling of being tired with regards to it. So the question that this card poses is, you know, basically, what can you do to think and act more carefully in the future regarding your romantic desires? Like there's something that needs to be clarified, right? Regarding your, excuse me, romantic desires with this little kid here. Maybe there are practical issues that include family members or children, money, work, something here. But I'm taking it more like generally to be like there's some part of you that doesn't feel like working on this, and that needs to be reflected on, so you can get what you want. I assume that you want a love life, you want something from it, or else why are you here? So that's what this card is asking you, is to think and act more carefully regarding, you know, your romantic desires, and hopefully I can help you with that as we get into the reading. Now, I won't say that work is necessary here, right? But I gotta say that for some of you, it really feels like that. Really feels like that. In terms of like, you know, maybe like with what you want, it's like you want to work less, right? With regard to relationships, maybe in general, that's what I'm getting, is that you want it to be less work. It's like, why does love, why does romance, why do relationships have to be so much work? You want it to be less work, and it can be that, but you still have to apply yourself. I'm an advocate for, you know, not efforting your way through life. The more you effort, you know, the more effort that you're gonna have to put in. Basically, it's the law of the universe. That's not to say, like, the puritanical American response to that usually is, oh, well, you have to do that to get ahead. Like, no, you were taught wrong. You do, and that's not the scope of this reading, so I won't get into it. Bottom line with this, though, for the message for the viewers of Group 2 is, you know, you do need to apply yourself, though, to a worthy cause, or maybe, you know, you're losing sight of what that is. Like, there is this feeling of not even knowing what you want, or if what you're doing is worth it, okay? Maybe, you know, you're just getting tired of the whole subject or situation. I know I am. I felt tired just from, like, reading that, and all of the different things that was coming through on that. So let's get more specific about what do you want. And I think it's interesting because we got a pretty clear answer to that with the King of Cups. Lost in Translation. That's the movie that is, by the way. Okay. So literally, you could want a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone with those traits. So traits of the King of Cups, you know, traits of good old King of Cups is they're balanced, emotionally intelligent, they're in control, and not all control is bad, by the way. And they're also very compassionate. And this is someone who has an abundance of emotion. This is someone who is in touch with his many varied emotions, but he has command over them. Like, they don't run roughshod over him. He has command over them, which is admirable. I think I've said before on my channel that, like, my favorite energy is Cancerian male energy. And it's not even from a place of that's what I'm romantically attracted to, although I am very romantically attracted to one of my favorite celebrities for the last like 40 years is a Cancerian male, but he has other things in his chart that make more sense. But in the way that Daniel-san is attracted to Mr. Miyagi in like a platonic way, that's kind of how I feel, because there is a lot of wisdom there, and I have found that in all of the water signs, to be honest. But this is what I'm getting here, that this is this type of person, you know, someone that's in touch with their emotions, and someone who's understanding and appropriate and beneficial and diplomatic and generous, right? He's a dreamy McDreamboat, basically. And so this is what you're wanting. I think that we can all kind of relate to some or most of that. Those are excellent traits to want in a partner. Okay? And you could be somebody out there is like, well, my water sign X was an X, Y, and Z SOB. Well, this is high vibrational. He's in the upright. And since we're asking what you want, of course you're going to want the King of Cups in his high vibration, right? In his highest version, I guess you could say. So that's what we're seeing. And the next one, what do you want, group 2? Where's your little card here, so that in case I say call you group 1, the existential crises that have happened on my channel as a result of me calling group 3 group 1, or vice versa, or something. Miscalling the group is just something. Just know that whatever you're seeing, you're meant to see and hear. And again, it always boils down to what you choose to take, what you choose to accept, what is in alignment with the version of yourself and your experiences that you're trying to align with, right? So that being said, the Ace of Swords for group 2 is also what you want, okay? So while you're wanting this dreamy McDreamboat type individual, you know, you don't just want a pretty face, okay? You know, you want them to be smart, you want them to be sharp, you want them to be strong, you know. Here's the thing though, Cups energy is all of those things. Like, I remember back in my massage therapist days, I had a favorite client, and she was also a Sagittarius. And she would come in, and like I said, most of the time my regulars would come in, well, not most, over half the time, they would come in and consult me about their things. And anyways, she had started seeing a water sign, and she was a lawyer, and we're still in contact to this day. Yeah, she was a lawyer, and she was telling me about a conversation or exchange they had. This applies, I promise, but this is to make a point. They had this exchange, and Sagittarius can be sharp with their words, definitely sharp, you know, with their mind. And I kind of got the impression that she felt like she had the upper hand, because this person, I can tell this person is sensitive, so I can tell they don't talk as clearly as I do, or something, right? This person, this water sign she was seeing, demonstrated those qualities. And I just kind of cautioned her, you know, I know you're going to feel like, oh, you know, this person's kind of soft, this person's kind of sensitive, or a little more reserved than you, or something, right? You're feeling something, right? This person has feelings, you can sense that, and you're like, oh, feelings weak, right? I mean, even if you're not consciously doing that, her energy is masculine, this is feminine energy, so I'm like, but don't make the mistake of thinking that that you can run roughshod over this person. Because just when you think you've got them where you want, and just when you think you've hit your target with your bow and arrow, they're going to say something just as cutting or more so, and do just as much damage, if not more so. So you want to be respectful and talk to this person and treat this person with the respect that they deserve, and not mistake their kindness for weakness. And she really found a lot of value in that. I know, because she told me she did. And I don't want to take credit for it or anything, but they are happily married with 2 children now. So, and she had been single for a long time. She was about 39 years old when she started coming to see me. And she met this guy around, actually no, I take that back. She was 39 when she met him. She had been coming to see me for about 7 years before that. Yeah, she was about 32 when she came to see me, and she became a regular, and then when she was 39 she met him, and then she would talk to me about him, and I would just kind of give her my feedback, right? It's a conversation's meant to be two-way. And you know, eventually, and he was long distance, and they just made it work. So anyway, that's what somebody needed to hear that. And it's my channel, I'll ramble if I want to. But back to the reading. That's my point. Don't mistake kindness for weakness. Because what are you wanting? You're wanting this King of Cups. You also want them to be Ace of Swords quality, right? You want them to be smart and strong and sharp. And like, I just want to let you know that they are when they're in a high vibration, okay? And when it's in a higher vibration, this card represents victory. So yeah, you definitely want a victor or a victory. Did you hear me? You want a victor or a victory. Not Victor Newman from Young and the Restless. Is he still on there? I'm aging myself, don't care. You want a victor, like somebody that's a winner. You want a winner. And, or you want to win in a situation. You want to win in love. So you definitely too want a breakthrough in direct communication. In some cases, justice. Like, you have been through a lot. You want justice for what you've been through. And you want communication. You want clarity. But mostly, because our next card is this, mostly you want victory with the Six of Wands. I think you just want somebody that, you know, is simply the best. Somebody that makes you feel that way. Because I know not everybody wants someone who is the best. Because when I was preparing for this reading, totally randomly and unrelated, of course it never is random and unrelated, it's always connected. I was hearing that song, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty man your wife. Go from my personal point of view, get an ugly man to marry you. So you don't want just a pretty face. And that goes for regardless of gender or sex. You don't want just a pretty face. And I was thinking to myself, well, I was always attracted to sort of pretty-faced men, right? And I had never really noticed them. I just thought they were attractive. But, you know, biologically, females, you know, women, females, feminines, they were attracted to two types of men, right? They were attracted to the craggy men with the big noses and the really strong jaw, like beefcake, kind of raw, hit you hit you over the head with the club, drag you by your hair and have their way with you kind, because those were the most virile. And then they were attracted to the like teacher appropriate, emotionally mature, loving, romantic kind with the King of Cups. And those traits do correspond to physical characteristics. This is science. I'm not gonna like give you sources because I'm not in college anymore. But that, you know, take my word for it or not. But they do typically have features that are softer, like his, right? So he is not a Cancer in real life, but he does have the softer features that I'm talking about. Or he's not a water sign in real life. He does have the softer features that I'm talking about. So to make my point, my Gemini midheaven is getting away from me. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little ADD. I'm trying to get through this for you though. And I don't say that lightly. I am neurodivergent, if I haven't said so on this channel. Not greatly, but that's another story. And we're not going to get into that right now. What we are going to get into is I was ahead of the game because I wanted to skip the craggy, super masculine, hit me over the head with the club and pull me by my hair and have his way with me guy. I wanted to jump straight into the one that I knew was going to make a good partner guy, that guy. Although I'm not saying that I've never had that. The first one, they're fun. They have their place. And I'm not saying that this kind of an energy, this water sign energy, or pretty men are in modern days. Are they still the best choice for a mate in terms of showing up, being there, making commitments, being emotionally available? No, because they've sort of been, society has engineered those traits out of men for the most part, at least in like Western society, and it's very sad. But they're still out there, and I know that that's what you guys want. So all this to say is that you want to win at love, whatever that looks like for you, whether that means you feel victorious or whether it means you want somebody who is victorious, right? Whether you're the one that's on the horse or you're wanting to be the one that's cheering on the one that's on the horse, right? That's the kind of relationship that's coming through here. So just, yeah, definitely wanting a high vibrational relationship. And I think that it's because you have been through a lot, like, and you want recognition for what you've been through, whether this is with a particular person or just in love life in general. Like, you definitely want public recognition. You want somebody that is going to be proud to show you off in public, somebody that's going to be proud to make you Facebook official. Is that what they say? Do they still say that? You definitely want that public recognition and stuff like that, right? So you want the support that you have earned, because you don't get to the Six of Wands energy without having been through some battles. Like, your love life has definitely seen some battles and required a lot of patience and planning, you know, followed by action. And so you just want success and the recognition that you've earned, the recognition that you deserve. So what is the outcome or big message from Spirit for this reading? We've got the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, that's what it looks like in the upright. Okay, well, because we saw the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and that combined with this card showing that you're not exactly on track to the victory that you're wanting. I'm not saying you're not going to have a victory. I'm not saying that you're not going to have what you want. I'm saying at the time that you're watching this video, there is something that needs to be addressed here, something that needs to be revised, because, yeah, I'm hearing something is getting the better of you that needs to be taken care of. So you're not on track to the victory that you're wanting. You can win, just don't give up, because this was the energy of giving up, feeling unmotivated towards your love life, right? And we see all these wonderful things that you want that are totally worth wanting, but there is a Seven of Wands energy, and it's showing like you're not hanging in there at present. Maybe you're a little bit disheartened at present. In the future, if you start to feel disheartened, this could be a message for your future self, you know, that you can take a break if you need to, but, you know, say it with me. Don't give up. If this is what you want, and it looks like, you know, what you want is pretty great, then again, say it with me. I don't give up. I let go of resistance, but I don't give up. There's a difference, right? Let go of resistance. Maybe you feel like you're the only one fighting for this. Maybe you are the only one fighting for your love life, right? For your desire, whatever that is related to love. Maybe you're the only one fighting for that, but that doesn't have to be that way. So just drop your stick, drop your guards, basically. Some of you need to drop the act. I don't know where that's coming through. If it's not your message, don't take it, but somebody need to hear that. And you just take a step back and calm down, basically. Take it easy, you know, because often the tougher one's path to love is or has been, you know, the more revisions and reprogramming it requires. And so you got to expect, you know, some of this back and forth energy, because, you know, there's some reprogramming required is the only way that I can say it that makes sense to me. So with that being said, the advice, the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, very sad scene from the Never-Ending Story. Do not recommend watching it if you're feeling down or at all. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, actually. I watched that when I was very small. But with that being said, so we saw the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse. You know, with this here saying, like this, maybe you do feel defeated, you know, maybe disaster did strike in the past, you were betrayed, etc., or you're fearing that to happen in the future, but it is over now. If this happened in the past, it's over now. If you're fearing it's going to happen in the present and the future, put an end to those thoughts. They're not serving you, okay? Release it. You are not a victim. You are a winner. You are that which you want to be. You just need to align with that frequency. So that is what you have to believe to get what you want. And what you want clearly is to win at love. So I mean, it's clear, it's as clear as day, crystal clear. You want to win at love. So affirm every day. You know, watch your mental diet, as we say. Mental diet is the stories that you tell in your head, your thoughts, basically. Make sure they're in alignment with your desires, because guess what? Our thoughts create, and our beliefs are basically thoughts that we keep on thinking repeatedly. And this is telling me, with this Ten of Swords and this Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Wands, like maybe you were very optimistic in the past and things didn't pay off, and now you're like thinking very negatively about it, or something happened. But bottom line, there's some sort of revision that needs to take place. And what you're creating is less than ideal at present. So even though you want these wonderful things, there's something that needs to be addressed here. And like I said, your beliefs are just thoughts that you think repeatedly, so change your thoughts. You can change that. So get up, Trinity. Get up. Get up, Trinity. Just get up. Get up. But first take a little rest if you need to, right? And then get back up on that horse. The horse will rise again, so to speak. Thanks, group 2. Thank you for bearing with me. Appreciate you. Please hit that like button and subscribe so you can watch more videos like this. If you'd like to watch another reading, my playlists are linked down below. If you'd like a private reading, my contact information is in the description. Thank you to my followers who have stuck with me through the channel, and for my Patreon followers, as well as those who have gotten personal readings from me. And I'm going to move on to group 3. Welcome, group 3. Thanks for tuning into your reading. Hope you guys are doing well. So, gather myself here for a second. So the topic of today's reading is, what do you want in love? And like I told the previous 2 groups, the reason I came to this topic is because I had a private client this week who asked that very question. What do I want? Like, what do I want? It's an excellent question. More people should ask it, I think. And that's what we're doing. So just take what resonates, forget what doesn't. Remember, it is a general reading. I'm reading for a lot of different people. Got your cards pre-shuffled. And I did use cards from multiple different decks just because I haven't been doing as many readings on here as I normally do. But if you would like to see more of my readings, there are playlists linked down below where you can find more of my pick a card readings. So, all right, let's get started, group 3. So I got a card to signify you. Who is the viewer of group 3? For the strongest collective energy of everyone who tuned in. We unfortunately got the Ten of Swords in reverse. If we're gonna get the Ten of Swords, I guess maybe having it in reverse is a better thing, because maybe those swords are coming out already. You could be an air sign dealing with one, or have it strong in your chart, but regardless, I'm sorry you guys, because this does show that you have gone through something. Maybe you are freshly off of a breakup. You know, others of you could be just still, you know, feeling this sting of love loss, regardless of how long it's been. But this is a card of betrayal, and in reverse, it can show that you did see it coming. What else are we getting? I guess the important thing here with it being reversed too is that you are focused on recovering, or if not, then this is your sign that you need to focus more on your recovering, like your recovery from whatever this is representing. Okay, looks like, since it's a love reading, it has to do with love, but it can be some other sort of deception, betrayal, or issue. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So so what do you want? What do you want here? You've got the Nine of Swords. You know, I'm just going to be direct and rip the band-aid off, you guys. If this doesn't resonate with you, feel free to choose another group. But if you do resonate with being in Ten of Swords in reverse energy, this might be helpful to you. It's basically just saying that you know, some of you are watching, you just want to marinate in victim mode. You're just wanting to marinate, stay in your victim mode. Maybe you are unable at this time to see past your grief, especially if this is a fresh breakup or some sort of other Ten of Swords moment, if it feels fresh, right? But with this Ten of Swords here, it's like you are stuck in well, both of these cards, you know, especially the Nine of Swords, saying that you're stuck in this analysis paralysis and fear about what happened, what could happen, right? You know, the good news is that, you know, while there's definitely suffering in these cards, that's pretty obvious. You know, you begin to realize that maybe things really aren't as bad as your grief is telling you. This is the old story, old programs, right? You need new neural pathways set. Whew. New neural pathways set in order to get out of this sort of circular thinking, circular negative thinking, or downward spiral that is affecting you still, even if you're not presently in this energy. It's something that's underlying, and if this is your reading anyway, it is showing, at the very least, you know, anguish, mental anguish, anxiety. And this is saying what you want is to, yeah, there is this part of you that, for some, not all, right? There is this part of you, for some, who wants to remain in this mode, right? For others of you, you could be wanting that too, or it could be that you just are starting to see that things really aren't as bad as you thought they were, and like that actually all is not lost. And when I got this card, the quote that came to my mind, because I sign up and I get emails from Mike Dooley, tut.com, highly recommend, he's great, but one of them this past week was, I think, really applicable to this reading. I feel like it's for you guys. And then it's just basically saying, you know, when a thing hurts your eyes, dear viewer, you know, stop looking at it. When it hurts your ears, stop listening to it. When it hurts your heart, stop justifying it. I love you so much, the universe. That's how he always signs it off, the universe. So that's where you're at. I feel like that's where you're at, or this is where you need to be, at a place where you stop justifying whatever is causing you pain, mental anguish, anxiety, and you know, put an end to your hopelessness and anxiety here. And I think that is what you want as well. So what is the next card? The next card to show what you want is the Seven of Swords. So it's interesting cards to come out. Very different from groups 1 and 2. Very different from groups 1 and 2. These cards show what you want. They're all kind of hard-edged swords energy. And I apologize for the camera shaking. I don't know how not to get that to shake without changing my entire setup, which I'm not going to do. So with that being said, this is a card of deception. We already saw that some deception has occurred that's affecting your love life, and so there's something to do with deception here. This could, like, if there was an ex that deceived you, you know, you still want them back even though they deceived you. You know, if you deceived someone, maybe you still want them to want you back even though you deceived them. You know what I'm saying? Take it how it resonates. It's a little bit interesting. See if we can make sense of it. What this is basically, though, saying is that, you know, maybe some of you, you know, want to deceive someone else, whether it's a lover or someone else. You're wanting to deceive or hurt somebody else to get back at them for doing that to you. This is a warning from Spirit that very, very rarely ends well, okay? And that includes if somebody pulled the wool over your eyes and deceived you. That ends well. That doesn't end well. That does not end well for them, okay? So just know that. So whether it's self-deception or deception between lovers or other people, it's very likely that whoever did that is not going to get away with it. And I think that's what you want. The majority of you don't want somebody to get away with the deception that they pulled. You don't want somebody to get away with the hurt that they caused you. We got our next card here. What else do you want? Ace of Swords. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Okay? You want clarity. You want a breakthrough moment. You want to end this painful cycle that we see with the 9 and the 10 of Swords. And you want to experience a new beginning. So you want the truth. You know, you want to see clearly. You want to be strong. You don't want to be in this upsetting swords energy anymore, and who could blame you? And you want justice. You want karma to be repaid, is what it looks like. What's the outcome? The big message from Spirit, or the outcome, is the 8 of Swords. Again, lots of swords energy. These are all swords cards. Just realized that. So with this being your outcome and big message from Spirit, it's saying that the self-victimization continues, feeling trapped and powerless. This is going on in the future. Spirit's trying to get through to you, probably through this reading, but in other ways as well. Trying to reach you. And the good news is there is a way out, because as you always hear readers say, there's a big gap in this Cage of Swords. This is supposed to be like a trap or a cage for her, but really she could move out of it if she wanted to. You just have to want to, right? Sometimes that's all anybody knows is their own victimization through the suffering that they've experienced. You know, I can certainly relate to that beyond what most people can imagine, but I'm not going to get into that. What I am going to get into is saying that if you at least want to escape this victim mentality, you absolutely can. So affirm, I feel like I want to escape my victim mentality. I feel like I want to be the victor in a situation. It's not downplaying or dismissing, you know, your hurt feelings or anything like that. It's giving you your power back, and that's what we want. So what this card's basically saying is, you know, the good news with it is, you know, there is a way out, and you just need to take that blindfold off and face the music, however hard it might be. Maybe you think you can't handle facing the truth or something like that. You need to believe in yourself. You know, you are not a victim. You are God of your reality. So act accordingly.
Act accordingly.
With the Nine of Pentacles, as this is your advice, Careless Whisper. George Michael, Careless Whisper. That might have resonance if you want to listen to that song. Might be cathartic if anything, especially because it is a song about yeah, somebody not being true, right? Not being true in love. And I love the fact that you know that this card came out last, but it supports totally every other card. And that I just chose this deck, you know, based on my feelings. I didn't have like a system, like I just wanted to use decks that I haven't used in a while. So that's what we've got here. Nine of Pentacles, live from the end. You are the dude on the Nine of Pentacles, or in the traditional tarot, it's got the lady on the Nine of Pentacles, and she's standing in her garden, and she's wearing very nice, like a nice robe. She looks luxurious. She's like the master of her universe, basically. She's abundant. So this is saying you live from that place, the place of being blessed and abundant, you know. Independence is beautiful. I'm trying to figure out, what does Careless Whisper have to do with Nine of Pentacles energy? They put that, they made this card specifically for you, viewer. Don't you feel so special? Specifically for this reading, because that Careless Whisper song doesn't really go with Nine of Pentacles. Maybe that's the name of the album. Could be. Anyway, you're meant to be abundant, and independence is beautiful, and this card is guiding you to enjoy the fruits of your labor, because you have a lot to be grateful for. And you know, what you think about and think about, you bring about. So if you were my private client, I'd assign you to write well, yeah, affirmations, but write a gratitude list every day. There's always something to be grateful for, and that will shift your mindset. You're like, what does it have to do with my love life? Everything. Everything stems from and starts from within you. You attract, your vibe attracts your tribe, okay? So this is saying, you know, basically you have a lot going on. You have a lot going for you, but your advice is just to live from the end by doing what you need to do to feel satisfied, to feel emotionally comforted, to feel peaceful, to feel luxurious, to feel all the things the Nine of Pentacles represents. Because you know, you're a very intelligent person. That's what I'm getting here. You're very intelligent. But you definitely, I mean, look at all this, because air is, you know, a representative of thought, right? So obviously you think a lot, but you have been, unfortunately, using that thought power on the wrong things. So they're asking you now to use it on the right things. Use it on you, capital Y-O-W, or Y-O-U, Y-O-W, Y-O-U, capital Y-O-U, use it on you. I guess if you want to be two, T-W-L, use it on you, Y-O-U, okay? I definitely get, you know, you have already achieved so much in life. This is not the reading for somebody that has nothing to be grateful for, is my point. And if you feel like you haven't, then you need to reevaluate. And if there's still more you want to accomplish, then I see that you will. Definitely. So it all starts with you. So when we hear the phrase, you know, be the change you wish to see in the world, I think it was Gandhi, but I'm not sure, and I'm not doing a school presentation, so I'm not going to have to quote every single source of every single thing. You guys can bear with me. But I'm pretty sure it was Gandhi that said, be the change you wish to see in the world. You might have heard that one, okay? We are not just talking about setting a good example for others. We're talking about the fact that you literally create your reality. So by changing your relationship with yourself, changing your relationship with you, Y-O-U, you change your reality, period. You change your reality. So you're being asked to do that. This is how you change it. You don't like how things have been going? Change it. How do you change it? Be the Nine of Pentacles, live from the end. This is what I've got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope it was helpful. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like private reading, contact information is down below. And I'll talk to you guys next time.